We begin tonight with changes to Michigan's minimum wage, tipped wages, and sick leave that are set to go into effect tomorrow. But if two bills with bipartisan support pass by tonight, those changes could be altered. 13 on your side's Callie Lichter spoke to experts on both sides of this issue. She joins us now from the newsroom with the latest.
Juliet, with Senate Bill 8 passed and House Bill 4002 being debated in Lansing, no one is quite sure what changes could be seen come tomorrow. Last summer, the state Supreme Court reinstated the Improved Workforce Opportunity Wage Act of 2018, which could mean on Friday the state's minimum wage will rise, tipped wage credit will be phased out, and sick leave in the state will be expanded. However, these past few months have seen pushback from restaurant owners and workers, with both sides of the aisle attempting to pass legislation to alter the changes. One piece is Senate Bill 8, which would cap tipped workers' minimum wage while retaining the tipped wage credit. It would also alter the timeline of the state's minimum wage increases. The second piece of legislation is House Bill 4002, which would narrow some of the eligibility requirements for paid sick leave and expand others. Both bills have some level of bipartisan support, which Vice President of Government Affairs for the Grand Rapids Chamber, Joshua Lunger, says could leave some people disappointed. But compromises, he says, is the way to move forward.
I think it's going to leave some people wanting, more changes, but that's what bipartisan compromise is going to look like. It's going to look like a compromise. It's going to look like the middle ground, but it should hopefully make some significant progress over the elements.
But not everyone is hoping the bills pass. Senior advisor of One Fair Wage, Dave Woodward, says thousands of workers in the state are against the new bills. And if they do pass, it could be detrimental for low-wage earners.
And it's a very sad day. You've got a bill that's moved through the legislature that, again, hours before all workers are at the lowest end are going to get a wage increase. It's something that workers have a right to believe that their leader is going to stand with them. They believe that they should let this law go into effect.
House Speaker Matt Hall says he's optimistic something will get done before the midnight deadline, but added it would be an absolute crisis if a deal isn't reached. As the clock ticks down in Lansing, we'll be keeping an eye on whether these bills pass or the plan changes go into effect Friday.
So, Callie, why hasn't that one Senate bill been signed into law while the other's being debated?
Juliet, Senate Bill 8 has a stipulation that requires House Bill 4002 to become a law before it can be enacted. So until House Bill 4002 is enacted, Senate Bill 8 cannot be made into a law, Juliet.
And we'll continue to follow this tonight. Thank you so much, Callie.